Reyna is the agent of death. She's the only agent to where their job is to solely get kills. The only thing is, not everyone knows how to use her blinds correctly to assist her in her rampage. You often see players throw her eye in places where enemies can easily avoid the blindness, or to where it will get shot very quickly, when in reality, there's a technique to properly place your eye so that way you can have an extra second or two to secure your kills, then safely relocate back into cover. So how can we use Reyna's eyes to secure more kills and avoid it from being shot? Let's jump on the highway to hell to find out. As soon as the eyes deploy, her blinds have 100 HP. This means that on pistol rounds where you might be getting contested by classics on longer ranges, that you will have a significant advantage over your opponent. You also have against operators a big advantage, as it takes a long time for someone with an operator to ready their next shot. Let's take a look at Bind, B bomb site. If we are defending B long as Reyna and we hear a few enemies approaching, throwing your eye high in the sky will only lead to your death, since this is a very predictable way for Reyna's eye to be deployed. And it's a lot easier for the enemy to shoot the eye and flick down, since the only thing that will hit is your head. When deploying Reyna's eye, you have to take into consideration how the enemies will choose to flick onto you after shooting the eye, or if the enemy will shoot the eye instead. This is why the safest way to deploy Reyna's eye is at the ground, basically making the eye look as if half of it is sticking out of the ground. You might want to do this since the style of deployment makes your eye deploy quicker, harder to avoid the blindness, and it makes it harder for your enemies to flick to your head. If you throw your eye like this, your enemy will have to flick left to the ground and then bring their crosshair back to head level and then accurately flick right back to your head. That is, if you peek normally of course. You never want to throw your eye in the same place, so once the enemy picks up where your deployment spot is, a quick fix would be to deploy your eye somewhere else, as this will allow you to swing a bit further away, allowing you to secure a kill then retrieving back into cover. For many of you who peek before your Reyna eye is fully deployed, don't forget that even when they see you for only half a second, they have seen you, meaning they will spray in your general direction. Be mindful of this when you appear from somewhere where they might already have the crosshair on. One final thing to keep in mind about Reyna's eye is that it has a range. If your enemy is a set meters or more away from the eye will have no effect on their vision, so make sure you or your enemy closes the space to ensure that they will be blinded. Like every ability in Valorant, you have to think outside of the box to make sure your enemies work for the kills. The more unpredictable you are, the more likely chances you will have to come out on top. If you would like to learn more about mastering the abilities that Valorant has to offer, make sure to like the video and check out the Raise Nade video. See ya!